How do you think about, like, you're talking about how you try to really tell a story in these sets of pieces that you release. How do you think about like that composition of the story that you're telling, and like what makes you say, what, I need this taxidermy deer for this? Like, yeah, are you kind of finding stuff that you think is interesting and saying like, hey, this is like an interesting place or thing, and I want to take photos, and then constructing a narrative of what you think is interesting? Or are you constructing a narrative in your head and then finding the stuff that kind of like fits into it?
It's a good question because I think it changes each time. Like, for example, with the piece with the deer, it I was just very inspired by the tarot, and tarot is an amazing storytelling tool, and like there's so many. It's just the collective unconscious can be projected onto all of the cards, and I found that really cool. And the strength card is what that piece is loosely based off of. So I had the story in mind, and I wanted to. So the strength card traditionally has the lion on it with a woman in a white, beautiful dress taming the lion. And the idea is that strength can be gentle, and like you can tame the lion through, a soft touch. And so I kind of wanted to flip that on its head a little bit and have the strength be depicted in like a woman who kind of had a little bit more of a grit to her and was doing something really hard, like making a choice about whether or not to kill a small deer is what's literally happening in the image. But I think it's more about like sometimes, we have to do really, really difficult things for the better, even if it seems in the moment like it's a cruel thing to do or whatever. It ultimately might be a choice that you have to make, killing the inner child when that's necessary. I recently just learned that people-pleasing is also called the fawn response. And I felt like that really just like nailed like kind of what the piece was about. And I had drawn this piece to answer your question further. I had drawn it in a book and like knew exactly what I wanted to say, and knew exactly how I wanted to say it with the deer, with the knife, in the prairie, with the goldenrod everywhere.